When we talk about slow-burning crime dramas that mix mystery with atmosphere, Heaven's Prisoners stands out as an interesting entry from the mid-90s. Released in 1996 and directed by Phil Joanou, this film is based on the novel by James Lee Burke and carries a tone that feels both reflective and tense at the same time. It is not a fast-paced, action-heavy thriller, but rather a character-driven story that leans heavily on mood, environment, and internal conflict. At the center of the film is Alec Baldwin, who plays Dave Robicheaux, a former New Orleans police detective trying to live a quiet life after leaving behind his troubled past. Baldwin's performance is one of the film's strongest elements. He brings a sense of weariness and depth to the character, portraying a man who is constantly wrestling with his own demons while trying to do the right thing. His subtle expressions and measured delivery help ground the story, making it feel more personal than many crime films of its era. The story begins with Dave living a relatively peaceful life with his wife, running a bait shop in Louisiana. However, his calm existence is disrupted when he witnesses a plane crash in the bayou. From this moment, the film slowly unfolds into a layered mystery involving crime, corruption, and dangerous individuals. Without revealing too much, the discovery tied to the crash pulls Dave back into a world he tried to leave behind, forcing him to confront both external threats and his own past. What makes the film engaging is not just the central mystery, but the way it explores the psychological state of its protagonist. Dave is not a typical hero. He is flawed, haunted, and often unsure of his own decisions. This complexity adds weight to the narrative, making the audience more invested in his journey. Baldwin effectively captures this internal struggle, making Dave feel like a real person rather than just a character in a crime story. Another major highlight of the film is Eric Roberts, who plays the antagonist Bubba Rock. Roberts delivers a performance that is both intense and unpredictable. His character is dangerous, not just because of his actions, but because of the way he carries himself. There is an underlying instability in his behavior that keeps the audience on edge. Roberts brings a raw energy to the role, making Bubba one of the more memorable aspects of the film. The film also features Terry Hatcher in a supporting role, adding another layer to the narrative. Her presence introduces additional complexity to Dave's already complicated situation. While her character may not dominate the screen, she plays an important part in shaping the emotional and narrative direction of the story. Director Phil Joanou deserves credit for creating a strong sense of atmosphere throughout the film. The Louisiana setting is not just a backdrop, it becomes a character in itself. The swamps, the humid air, and the quiet, almost eerie environment all contribute to the film's tone. Joanou uses these elements effectively to build tension, even in scenes where not much is happening on the surface. This slow-building approach may not appeal to everyone, especially those expecting a high-energy thriller, but it works well for the kind of story being told. The cinematography plays a crucial role in bringing this atmosphere to life. The visuals often feel moody and reflective, mirroring Dave's internal state. Scenes set in the bayou are particularly striking, with their natural beauty contrasted by an underlying sense of danger. The use of lighting and shadows adds to the film's suspense, making even quiet moments feel significant. The screenplay, adapted from James Lee Burke's novel, focuses heavily on character development and moral ambiguity. Instead of presenting a straightforward good versus evil narrative, the film explores the gray areas in between. Dave's past as a police officer, his struggles with addiction, and his desire for redemption all play into the decisions he makes throughout the story. This layered writing adds depth, but it also means that the film requires patience from the audience. One of the more interesting aspects of the film is how it handles tension. Rather than relying on constant action or dramatic twists, it builds suspense through character interactions and gradual revelations. Conversations often carry as much weight as action scenes, and the film takes its time to let these moments unfold. This approach may feel slow to some viewers, but it allows for a more immersive experience. The pacing of the film is deliberate, and this can be seen as both a strength and a depending on the viewer's preference. Those who enjoy character-driven stories and atmospheric storytelling will likely appreciate the film's rhythm. On the other hand, viewers looking for a fast-paced thriller may find it a bit slow at times. However, the consistent tone and strong performances help maintain interest throughout. Alec Baldwin's portrayal of Dave Robicheaux remains the emotional core of the film. His ability to convey inner conflict without excessive dialogue is particularly noteworthy. You can see the weight of his past in his eyes, and this adds authenticity to his character. Baldwin manages to make Dave both relatable and intriguing, which is essential for a film that relies so heavily on its protagonist. Eric Roberts, on the other hand, brings a contrasting energy to the film. His performance is more outwardly expressive, creating a sense of unpredictability that keeps the audience engaged. The dynamic between Baldwin and Roberts adds tension to the story, making their interaction some of the most compelling moments in the film. The supporting cast also contributes to the film's overall impact. While not all characters are deeply explored, they help create a believable world around Dave. Each interaction adds a piece to the puzzle, gradually revealing the larger picture without giving everything away too quickly. The film's themes revolve around redemption, morality, and the idea that the past is never truly gone. Dave's journey is not just about solving a mystery, but about confronting his own history and trying to find a sense of peace. This thematic depth adds another layer to the film, making it more than just a standard crime drama. Music and sound design also play a subtle but effective role in setting the tone. The score complements the film's atmosphere without overpowering it, allowing the visuals and performances to take center stage. Quiet moments are often emphasized through minimal sound, creating a sense of tension that lingers even in the absence of action. While the film may not have been a massive commercial success, it has a certain appeal that makes it worth watching, especially for fans of character-driven stories. Its strength lies in its ability to create a mood and maintain it throughout the narrative. The combination of strong performances, thoughtful direction, and a compelling setting makes it a film that leaves a lasting impression. It is also worth noting that adaptations of novels can be challenging, as they often have to condense complex stories into a limited runtime. In this case, the film manages to capture the essence of James Lee Burke's work, even if some details are inevitably simplified. The focus remains on the central character and his journey, which helps maintain a clear narrative direction that in terms of overall experience, Heaven's Prisoners is a film that rewards patience. It may not deliver constant excitement, but it offers a deeper, more reflective kind of engagement. The story unfolds gradually, allowing the audience to become fully immersed in its world. By the end, it leaves you with a sense of having experienced something more introspective than typical crime films. For viewers who appreciate strong performances and atmospheric storytelling, this film provides a solid experience. Alec Baldwin's nuanced portrayal, combined with Eric Roberts' intense presence, creates a compelling dynamic that drives the narrative forward. The direction by Phil Joanou ensures that the film maintains a consistent tone, while the setting adds a unique flavor that sets it apart from other films in the genre. Ultimately, Heaven's Prisoners is not just about solving a mystery, it is about a man trying to come to terms with himself. This focus on character and emotion is what gives the film its lasting appeal. It may not be perfect, and its pacing may not suit everyone, but it offers enough depth and atmosphere to make it a worthwhile watch. This movie is available on YouTube free.